Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Virgil van Dijk makes Liverpool point after Tottenham victory and details Xavi Simon's talks. Virgil van Dijk shares delight as Federico Chiesa response to Alexander Isak injury speaks volumes. Now details. Virgil van Dijk says everyone at Liverpool is targeting a strong end to 2025 after the 2-1 win at Tottenham Hotspur on Saturday moved them up to 5th in the Premier League. After Xavi Simons was sent off in the first half, strikes from Alexander Isak and Hugo Dijk after the break put the visitors in control before a late effort from Richarlison set up a tense finish. Thomas Frank's Spurs continued to push for an equaliser, even after Christian Romero was also sent off for kicking out at Ibrahima Konate, but Arne Slot's men held on to go 6 games unbeaten. Liverpool entertain rock-bottom Wolves next at Anfield on December 27, before another home fixture, with Leeds United on New Year's Day, and Reds skipper Van Dijk has called on the club to finish the calendar year in style. "The aim is to try to win every game ahead of us," Van Dijk said. "Unfortunately, this season has had a lot of difficult moments in terms of results and performances as well. But all we can try to do is get better. We're at a club where we have a lot of opportunities to show what we can do. Now we focus on Christmas and being with the family and then focus on Wolves. Winning more, getting results is always positive. Losing games, especially at a club like Liverpool, is always bad. For us, it's about staying calm, taking each game as it comes. Today we won. Now we have a couple of days off. We will recover and then we will focus on Wolves. It will be a tough game. I saw their game against Spurs. Wolves will make it difficult for us and we have to be ready for that. First, we have Christmas. Being with your family and being healthy are the most important things in life." Their immediate reaction coming off was that it was a chaotic last 5 to 10 minutes. It wasn't great, but to get the 3 points is massive. There was nothing wrong up to us conceding a goal. We need to analyze the last part, but personally I'm very pleased, and it's on to the next one. When you concede a goal and their fans get behind them like they did, it's never easy to make the right decisions and find the right solutions. That's something we can improve, but I don't think it's worrying. It's a transition and we need to keep getting better. The ending of the game is something we will discuss within the squad. On Isak, who is now sweating on the severity of an injury after being forced off with the aid of the physios after being caught by Mickey van den Ven when scoring the opening goal, Van Dijk added, "Injuries unfortunately are part of football and hopefully with Alex it's not too bad. He scored a great goal. It's too soon after the game to know the extent of it. He will need to be assessed. Hopefully the injuries won't be too bad. We all saw how bad it looked with Alex, but hopefully it won't be too bad." Van Dijk, who was part of a Liverpool contingent who got together for a Christmas meal in London on Saturday night, was caught on the Achilles by his Netherlands international colleague Simons after around half an hour, and after referee John Brooks checked with the pitchside monitor, the initial yellow card was upgraded to red. "I don't think there was any intention to hurt me, but obviously he hurt me, and then the referee and the VAR made the decision to send him off," Van Dijk added. "Yeah, I spoke to him after the game. It's a chat that no one needs to know." Virgil van Dijk shares delight as Federico Chiesa response to Alexander Isak injury speaks volumes. Liverpool moved up to 5th in the Premier League with a 2-1 win over a Tottenham Hotspur side, who finished the game with 9 men on Saturday evening. After Xavi Simons had been sent off for a rake down the Achilles of Virgil van Dijk after around half an hour, Alexander Isak struck the opener before Hugo Dijk doubled the advantage in the second period. Richarlison reduced the deficit before Christian Romero was also given his marching orders for kicking out on Ibrahima Konate, and the Reds held on to secure a 6th game without defeat. But you knew all of that, of course. What you might have missed, however, were a series of intriguing subplots at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Here, as ever, are the latest moments missed. No hard feelings for Van Dijk. They might have been opponents on the day, but Virgil van Dijk made sure he had a word of encouragement for Netherlands colleague Xavi Simons after the Spurs forward had been sent off. Simon was dismissed after raking his studs down the Achilles of his compatriot on the day, and made a public apology via social media not long after the final whistle in North London. Simons wrote, "Mistakes happen. Virg is my captain. I would never intentionally hurt him or anyone. To my Spurs teammates, my manager and the fans, I take responsibility. I'm really sorry." Van Dijk made a quick beeline for Simon after the yellow card was upgraded to red, and exchanged a word with his younger orange colleague before stopping short of explaining the nature of their chat after the game. "I don't think there was any intention to hurt me, but obviously he hurt me, and then the referee and the VAR made the decision to send him off," Van Dijk said. "Yeah, I spoke to him. It's a chat that no one needs to know." Merry Christmas, Everton. It's that time of year where Liverpool fans like to remind their city rivals of some famous December derbies, and while Everton might have been gearing up for their own clash, with a side from North London, over 200 miles away on Merseyside, Reds supporters indulged themselves in the capital. Merry Christmas, Everton, sang the away end in reference to a handful of victories over the Blues around Christmas time in recent years. From the Sadio Mane winner at Goodison Park 9 years ago this week, to the Divock Origi header that won it at Anfield in 2018, and even the 4-1 shellacking of a Rafa Benitez Everton in 2021, Liverpool fans love reminding all about their festive memories over their local enemies. Spurs fans in the home ends were likely confused as to why Everton were the object of the ribbing, but Liverpool fans made their own fun in the capital, either way before kick-off. An evening of cheer. With no game now until after Christmas, the Liverpool squad spent Saturday evening at a plush, unnamed venue, enjoying something of a makeshift festive celebration. Captain Virgil van Dijk was understandably coy when quizzed on the details, but the players got together for a meal in the capital, after being granted some time off before they reconvene to begin their preparations for the visit from Wolves on December 27. "We actually have Christmas Day off, which is very nice of the staff," Van Dijk said. "I'll make the most of spending the day with my wife and kids. I think it's the first time I've had Christmas off as a Liverpool player. It's a nice change. I'll be at home Christmas Eve too. I'm really looking forward to it. We are having dinner tonight. The staff always have a particular plan for a game. It works well for everyone. It's special to be off on Christmas Day. I don't think it's happened in my Premier League career so far. I'll make the most of being with my family and enjoy it all." Chiesa on the scene early. Despite being substitute on the night, Federico Chiesa was one of the first on the scene to help a stricken Alexander Isak after the Liverpool striker opened the scoring at Spurs. After tucking away his third goal for the Reds, Isak was clattered by Mickey van de Ven and was forced off with what is hoped is not as serious an injury as it appeared at the time. As the players circled around Isak before signalling to the bench for help, Chiesa, who was warming up on the touchline, ran onto the pitch, bib on and all, to make sure he was at the side of his colleague to provide whatever assistance he could. The Italian could be seen helping out alongside the physios as they tended to Isak, who was promptly substituted for Jeremy Frimpong. It's clear to see why Chiesa is so valued around the Liverpool dressing room.